What's going on, everybody? This is Noda. In today's video we're gonna talk about aiming, how to get better aim, and a lot of you guys know me because of that specific thing, because of my Rainbow Six Siege videos where I used to flick a lot, or my Apex Legends where I track, or whatever, some CSGO clips that I'm gonna throw around so you guys can watch while we speak. And pretty much what a quick update for you guys. My channel got hacked and I lost about all my videos. So the hacker deleted everything for some reason. Some of you guys know that already, some of you guys don't. And so that's why I decided to do this new aim guide with everything. Literally everything that I put in the past aim guides that got deleted, I'm just gonna put it over here. So the eye tracker, I'm gonna talk about everything that I believe is important if you want to become a better gamer, if you want to become a professional player. So for some of you guys that don't know me, I used to play for Cloud9 on Apex Legends, and then for Team Secret later on. I also played for Pain Gaming when I used to play Rainbow Six in Pro League in the very beginning of the game. I think it was year 2 or 3, I'm not sure, but I learned a lot with all of those games. So I always say that if you want to learn different things and make your brain, always learning new things is extremely important to become a better gamer, and expand your mindset overall. So as more games as you play, the more you're gonna learn different strategies, different ways that you could position yourself in different type of environments. And for example, in PUBG, I learned how to use the environments in my favor. So when I take the battles, I always have a plan B. So I don't die the first time that I'm taking a 1v1. In CSGO, for example, this is very useful. You always need to have a plan B. You cannot do a crazy peek and without going back. Is sometimes it's worth, sometimes it isn't. But the best way to play, the most consistent way, is to always have a plan B, so you can go back to site and wait for your teammates for the backup. In Valorant is pretty much similar. So I'm gonna talk about all of this and how all of this can become a puzzle that can make a really good player. So my channel main focus is Valorant. I put out content about Valorant every single week, gameplays or tips and tricks or whatever. So I'm literally gonna focus more on Valorant, but this aim guide is gonna be useful for all games. Okay, so I'm just gonna focus on Valorant specifically, but it's gonna be very useful for all games. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that Valorant is a game that is low TTK, meaning that the time to kill is extremely fast. So it pretty much takes 1 to 2 seconds to kill someone. If you do a full body spray around 2.5 seconds, I believe, I'm not sure. So it's a very fast-paced game, tactical shooter like CSGO. So what you need to be good in tactical shooters is crosshair positioning, micro adjustments, pretty much knowing where to peek, how to peek specifically, because there's a lot of people out there that are coming from new games like League of Legends and stuff like this, that are not really familiar on how to peek a corner, for example. They don't really know the mechanics of the FPSs, like tactical FPSs. So I'm just gonna hop into the server to explain everything in detail for you guys. Let's get into it. Right, so for the first part of the video, I want to talk about 4 things. First thing is crosshair positioning. Always aim at head level. There's a lot of new players, especially from League of Legends, that pretty much aim like this, you know, and is not good, like to walk like this and stuff like this. This is not the correct way to play the game. The second thing is strafe shooting, and third thing is shoulder peek, and the last thing that I'm going to talk about in this sector, because there's going to be a lot of sectors in this video, is the jump peek. Okay, so let's start to talk about the crosshair positioning. Let's say there was an enemy that you want to clear the A site. Let's say someone just took the A site, the other team, the enemy team just took the A site, and you want to clear the A site with your team. After let's focus only on yourself, because if you're gonna take the A side with your team to do a retake, there's a lot of things that gotta go through your mind. One of those things is the communication. How much materials do you guys have? How many abilities do you guys still have? What you guys can do together? If you guys have smokes, where is your teammate is position. Did anyone in your teammate is flanking? Do you got how much time do you have to wait for your teammate to come here, here, and here, so you can advance here, for example? So there's a lot of things that you can think before you do a retake. But I'm just gonna focus on yourself and how can you can improve to do the best version of yourself. How can you improve specifically? So the first thing is a crosshair positioning. So if you're gonna open this A site over here, first, let's say I'm retaking from B. I'm a B player here, and bang, they're pushing A. Normally the B side guy have enough time to come here behind the site and do a flash like this to help, or either do a molly over here in short to help to pick like a off angle like this one, for example, is pretty useful. I actually did a play like this on the scrim when I was scrimming with my team, so it's pretty useful stuff. But how you clear corners, how would you care about the proper positioning? So the main position is those are bad positions. For example, staying here is really bad, so really good players won't stay here probably. This is a very common position, is actually kind of good. This is another good position, and of course under heaven is another position, and there's another two which is close to short over here and the left side over here. Okay, so this left side guy, he's in a bad angle for him to hold over here. You're always gonna have the advantage if you peek him aiming exactly over here, because he's holding pretty much a right side box over here, and he's very close to the box. And I don't know if you guys know that, but in FPS shooters is very common that it's pretty much like you're in real life holding a gun. Your head is tilted to the right, so pretty much my whole body is exposed to the left side here. I'm actually gonna change character to show you guys this. Alright, so imagine if I'm holding this angle over here in the box and the guy is coming from that specific position. As you guys can see, I pretty much can see the whole part of the body, the whole left side part of the body. Even if I get out of the camera and, for example, I cannot see the camera anymore, right? So if you think about it, you would think that the guy can't see you. You're just hiding yourself over here. If I go to the camera, literally the whole left half of my body is appearing in the screen. And even if I go even like this, you still can see me over there. You can see a little bit. So if you have this in mind, as soon as you learn this, your game is gonna be absolutely different. You're gonna try to peek more right side angles. For example, this is a right side angle over here. If you peek like this is a very good right side angle. As well, you can use off angles. Like, for example, this is an off angle. The problem with this angle is the heaven guy. So if you have a sage that wall off heaven, or if you have a smoke on brimstone, and if you wall off heaven, you can use this temporary position. I call it temporary positions that you can use. So let's go back to the fact to how would you open this A site for a retake. So let's say you have no abilities. The best thing you can do is to clear the positions dry peeking or shoulder peeking. Since this is a bad angle for you because you're gonna peek from the left side, is the best way is to pretty much strafe like this and pretty much half strafe. This is pretty much a half strafe. So I'm gonna put a camera over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is like a shoulder peek. People call it shoulder peek, half strafe, or whatever. But for example, I don't see the camera, but if I do like this, it's pretty much my left side shoulder is appearing in the screen right now. See? So this is that's how you gotta understand exactly how the game works, and that's the difference between people that are in the pro level and people that are beginners or like medium level. This is because they know all the angles and every single thing that is possible to know about the game. The pros know, so it's pretty much working every single time. So the best way to open this position is not close to the wall over here, is in the back over here. So the first thing you're gonna do if you're gonna do the backup is always tend to open from the left to the right. So you can if you do like this is your advantage. This is your advantage point. So you're gonna clear those positions. The second thing is always stay further as possible. So if you want to open, for example, if I was like here, is my whole body is exposing way more than if I'm over here. You guys can even see, for example, if I'm close to the wall, I'm not seeing the camera, but if I go back over here, I'm already seeing the camera over here. So as further as you are from the position, the best is gonna benefit you. And always remember, the gun's in your right side, your head is tilted to the right, so that's why your vision is always like this. That's why the right side positions, you're always gonna have more vision, and that's why it gives you more advantage if you pick the right than if you pick a left angle. Okay, so making this clear, let's go. How to you open the A side. So the main position, the key position is this one. You can wallbang, it's easy, and then you go back here and you clear this one, the box over here, which is another key position. And again, always shoulder peek, because this is your left side. There's an example that I'm gonna pull it up for you guys right now, but when you shoulder peek, it's really interesting. If you, for example, if I want to clean this one, I can shoulder peek and then wide peek. This is a very strong thing to do because it messes with the other person aim. You're gonna start shooting and then you're gonna go back and then you're gonna do a wide peek and you're gonna keep shooting, and pretty much it messes the aim of the other person. But I'm gonna pull it up in the screen right now for you guys to see an example.
Você pode... Vem.
Ele vai ultar na sempre, velho.
Right, so in that example, it's pretty obvious that I'm picking my side, that is my weaker side, which is the left side, in both of those peaks. So that's why I did the shoulder peek and then the wide swing against that guy. So okay, going back, so if I'm gonna open this side, let's say you have your teammate close to you, or let's say you're alone, it's a 2v3 and your teammates decided to go heaven, and you gotta open this alone. The proper way to do it, as I said before, is to shoulder peek and then wide swing, shoulder peek, wide swing, shoulder peek, wide swing. So this is pretty much how you're gonna do to bait the enemy to shoot at you, and then when you wide swing, you have a chance to kill him. Because this is your weaker side, it's always better to become closer to this wall and do like this. Like you always, it's always better to open like as further as possible of the angle. Okay. Another thing is that if you do it in double, if you're gonna do a double retake with your teammate close to you, your teammate always need to have this more advanced stuff for advanced stuff for people that are playing together or wants to be better together or play together every single day. Your teammate gotta be ready to cover your off angle, meaning that if I open this angle over here, and if I'm already here, if I clear all those angles, this one, yeah, all those main ones over here, the box and the short angle, and after I'm about to enter the red zone, which is the zone that 100% can happen to kill either me or the other guys from the enemy team. I'm gonna get a kill. This is a red zone, so my teammate gotta be ready to cover me. So he gotta be like this. After clearing all of it, he gotta be he pretty much, you as well. So if you're a support player or any situation, sometimes you gotta be a support player in the FPS tactical shooter, because you need to see what your teammate is doing and play off of it, right? So if I see that my teammate is opening all those angles over here, what I'm gonna do is literally cover him like this and like this, right? So it's pretty much he opened this angles and I'm aiming at short already, right? He gonna open the next one, I'm pretty much open with him to refrag him because I already know he cleared this one. So it's fast paced, you get used to it, but it's very simple. It's super simple. Okay, now you guys understood everything pretty much about how to clear the angles and stuff like this. Is all a matter of getting the map and learn the angles, so you can pretty much dry peek those angles. And one thing that I see, if you put your aim in the corner and open like this, or even like this, you lose speed, right? It's very different than, let's say there's an enemy there and I open like this, than if I open like this, right? There's a slightly difference that can make it, either you literally can die just because there's slightly difference. If you pick like this, it's pretty much you're ready to shoot, This is the fastest possible peak, and you know that angle. So it's confidence, you know. That's the best way I can explain, I think. So the two other things I want to talk about as well, it's we talked about the shoulder peak, that you guys already know. We talked about everything else in terms of opening a site, knowing your utilities, knowing your teammates at. Just doing a quick recap for you guys, because when you do recaps, your brain tend to get the information and absorb even more. That's why I do the little notes, the yellow notes for you guys. This is the yellow color tends to stay in the brain as well. This is pretty much it's another talk. I can talk about this later, but I want to talk about strafing, shooting, and the jump strafe. The jump strafe is so effective. It's very simple, and you always gotta look. I'm gonna make a mark over here, and that's exactly where you're gonna look when you're doing the jump strafe. Okay, in this mark over here. So your eyes is gonna be in this part of your screen, depending on the angle you're gonna jump peek. It's always better to jump peek from the left to the right, of course, because it's faster, right? So it's pretty much to have a quick information. It's very, very useful in the C side and in the mid over here. So if I wanna get information mid, I do this really, really quick, and I'm already behind this wall over here, so I'm not wall bangable if I do like this. So very, very simple stuff, and it's extremely effective. Is very good, and I believe you guys should, if you don't really know how to do it yet, just get in the server and start jumping. It's pretty simple. You need to bind the scroll to jump. Okay, is the best, that way you don't never lose a jump, but it's possible to do it in the space as well. I'm just not used to it, but it's very possible as well. Okay, you do however you like. So strafe shooting in this game, there's one thing that they added. Those new pads that they just added. The Phantom has 6 shots in one taps, very accurate. So I think it's 5 actually. I didn't read the pads, but you guys can see how accurate it is. So it's super accurate, right? And the good thing about this, I'm sorry for the noise. The good thing about this mechanic of this game is that there's a few things that you guys need to know. The first thing is that you can walk and shoot, and the bullet goes exactly where you're shooting. Sometimes it's not that accurate, but I believe they're gonna probably change. I don't even know if it got nerfed. Apparently it did. I'm not sure. No, you still can kind of walk and shoot. Yeah, it got a little bit of nerf. It used to be worse later. Like way before this patch used to be way worse. But this new patch, apparently they did a quick fix. I'm not sure if they did or not, but apparently for me, I'm feeling different. But what I want to talk about is that in this game, when you counter strafe, which is I'm pressing D and out of a sudden I press A, my shots, as soon as I press A, my shot goes perfect where I'm aiming. So if you know the timing of the strafe, you can do it perfectly. It's just gotta, it's a timing thing. You just gotta get used to it. And apparently they changed it, because it used to be way easier, but now it's like it's way more precise. So you gotta do it quick. So it's a timing thing. It's a very timing thing. I don't really use this as much, but it's kind of good. It's kind of good to pre-fire an angle. Let's say there's a guy here, and I want to pre-fire. I can do like this to open the angle. It's kind of is one of the techniques. I don't really use as much. I think it's good in some sort of situations, but I think yeah, it's actually it's super consistent actually. I like it. It's really good. Yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to talk about this. I have a video that I show how to control the recoil, and the recoil control in this game I believe is one of the most important things. I believe the Phantom is super consistent. Either long range like this, which is, this is like a medium range, of course. But if you can get a spray, a super tight spray like this in the wall, it's pretty much a kill. So if there's a guy over there, I would 100% do this. This is pretty much a kill. I get a lot of long kills like this if you guys watch my videos. So yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. The next video, the next part of this aim guide series, I'm gonna be talking about the aim tracker, the eye tracker, I'm sorry, and some Kovac exercises and routines that I really enjoy doing. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.